A lavish reception, a golden crown, and the highest state awards. At first glance, the US president's visit to South Korea might seem like a warm, allied episode. However, behind the diplomatic scenes, the hottest economic and technological conflict of the 21st century is unfolding.
Tomorrow morning is the one that most people find most interesting, and I think we're going to have a great meeting with President Xi of China, and a lot of problems are going to be solved. Okay?
You're optimistic? You're optimistic?
Yeah, very optimistic. I am. And I know a little bit about what's going on because, we have been talking to them. We're not just walking into a meeting cold, but the relationship with China is very good. So I think we're going to have a very good outcome for our country and for the world.
With Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping in the leading roles. During his meeting with South Korean President Lee Jae-myung, Trump received not only the country's highest honor, but also a replica of an ancient golden crown as a peacemaker. Trump seems to have re-entered the race for the Nobel Peace Prize. The U.S. president again recalled and even gestured how he reconciled the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan, even pronouncing the names of the countries correctly. But this time he made a mistake regarding the losses, mentioning millions of casualties.
Just take a look at that one. That was going on for, I think, 38 years, right? And President Putin called me and said, it's amazing. It's amazing. We couldn't get that war stopped. 38 years it went on, millions of people killed, and we got it done. And the two countries came in, and they were in the White House, and they started off here, and they got closer, 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 closer. After an hour, they were hugging each other in peace. It was amazing, actually. It was beautiful to see two very good countries, two very good leaders.
If you look at Azerbaijan, the war was going on, I think, for 38 years, right? And President Putin called me and said, it's amazing that we couldn't stop that war. It went on for 38 years, millions of people died, and we got it done. And the two countries came to the White House and started to get closer and closer. After an hour, they were hugging each other in peace.
Trump's policies are destroying Korea's economy and eliminating jobs, and his approach is unilateral and coercive. We believe this undermines our national sovereignty, as these policies harm our economy and employment, so we oppose them.
Washington expects not symbolic, but real gold from Seoul. $350 billion in investments, which the Korean side has pledged to make, but is currently unable to agree on its structure and timing. Thus, even relations with an ally are built on the logic of economic pressure. Trump announced that he intends to discuss with Xi the sale of NVIDIA's cutting-edge Blackwell AI chips. These are not just microchips. They are the brains that power artificial intelligence, military technologies, in short, the economy of the future. It is believed that the U.S., by restricting their export to China, is trying to slow down the technological progress of its main competitor. China's main weapon is rare earth metals, these 17 chemical elements without which it is impossible to imagine the production of anything from smartphones to F-35 fighters are almost entirely controlled by Beijing. By blocking their export, China can paralyze Western high-tech industries. This is Beijing's response to American tariffs and technological restrictions. On the other hand, the vulnerable point of the West, and particularly the U.S., and at the same time a restraining factor for China, is Taiwan's silicon shield. More than 90% of the world's most advanced microchips are produced in Taiwan. The global economy's dependence on these Taiwanese products is so great that a possible Chinese military campaign against the island would lead to a global economic collapse, from which China itself would also suffer. Thus, microchips have become not only an economic, but a military political deterrent. How does this global chess game affect the South Caucasus, and Armenia in particular? At first glance, indirectly. However, every step taken by superpowers eventually reaches everyone. Ani Hovhannisyan, ReOpen Media.